For my digital story project, I chose to study the oppression of females. Although oppression of females occurs all around the world, I decided to specifically focus on females in the United States. In 1769, American colonies adopted an English law that made women and their husbands one. After marriage, only the husband retained all legal rights. A woman ceased to legally exist and became the property of her husband. In 1777, laws were passed in every state prohibiting all women the right to vote in elections. It wasn't until 1920 that women gained the right to vote. In 1866, Congress passed the 14th Amendment, defining how state representatives are appointed by the number of votes. Only citizens could vote, therefore only men could vote on who represented the people. In 1908, the Mueller v. State of Oregon case appeared in the U.S. Supreme Court. The court ruled in favor of Oregon laws, which limited women to a 10-hour workday. The court implied that women were physically weaker than men and therefore could not work longer than 10 hours. In 1981, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that excluding women from the draft was constitutional. This limited the role of women in the military. Although young boys and girls are sitting in the same classroom, they are receiving two very different educations. Discrimination in education based off of sex starts as early as elementary school. Study shows that teachers still give more time and attention in math and science to boys compared to girls. Teachers give more time in language arts for girls. Math and science are vital skills in many male-dominated professions. Therefore, little girls grow up learning that those type of jobs are for boys only. According to the American Association of University Women, females receive less attention from teachers, and the attention that female students do receive is often more negative than attention received by boys. In middle and high school, girls are more likely than boys to be discouraged from participating in sports. Girls, however, are more likely encouraged to participate in volunteer work and social programs. During college, young women are pressured into pursuing an education in more stereotypical female-oriented professions. These include jobs like nursing, caregiving, and teaching. This pressure can be because of the lack of attention in elementary school on subjects like math and science. Women are also facing oppression in the workforce and the political world. Although women generally win elections at the same rate as men, they are less likely to run for office. The reason being is that women are less likely than men to think that they are qualified to run for office. These thoughts could arise from the oppression received during their education. In order to minimize the gender gap, we need to recruit women candidates and work with women to calm their anxiety about campaigning. About 4 out of 10 working women have experienced gender discrimination. They report experiences ranging from earning less than men for doing the same job to being sexually harassed. In an ABC News Washington Post survey, 54% of women said they have received unwanted sexual advances from a man that they felt were inappropriate, whether or not those advances were work-related. 30% said this happened to them at work. Keep in mind, though, that the target doesn't have to be a woman, just like the harasser isn't always a male. However, gender discrimination is against the law. Title IX is a federal law that states no person in the United States shall on the basis of sex be excluded from participation in, denied the benefits of, or subjected to discrimination under any education program or activity receiving federal financial assistance. Virtually all private colleges and universities must comply with Title IX because they receive federal funding. Title IX requires universities to also provide participation opportunities for men and women that are substantially proportional to their respective rates of enrollment of full-time students. Men and women must also have equal opportunities to participate in sports. The Equal Pay Act of 1963 protects men and women who perform substantially equal work in the same establishment from sex-based wage discrimination. The Office of Civil Rights is a sub-agency of the United States Department of Education that is primarily focused on enforcing laws prohibiting schools from engaging in discrimination of the basis of race and sex. Women are taking a stand. Women are participating in rallies and marches to fight for gender equality. The media is even taking a stand. Recently, Nike and Always came out with commercials that promote self-confidence and empower women. Here are just a few stereotypes that women face every single day. But it's important to keep in mind that they are, in fact, stereotypes. In America, being a male is a privilege. Men can seek political office without having their gender be part of their platform. Men can decide to not have children and not have their masculinity questioned. Men can work comfortably without the fear of sexual harassment. In today's society, people are quick to assume they know how a woman is by the way she dresses, looks, or talks. They do not get to know the various parts that make up a person. They only see her single story. Most stereotypes are negative, some are positive, and others are just neutral, but all of them are harmful. People are complex beings and do not deserve to be put in categories that limit them to their full potential. Being female isn't a negative thing, even if society is trying to make you feel this way. Women are leaders, women are astronauts, women are famous authors, women are even mothers. Don't let society hold you from your potential. Stop letting society define you. Be yourself and be proud of it.